Hello, everyone. We're recording this a couple of days before the new year, so I take this opportunity to wish everyone, on behalf of Unity, a happy new year and all good things for 2024. This, by the way, between us is the Silent Unity, what would you call it, stained glass window. It originally, when we were in the previous headquarters in Boyne Hill in Maidenhead, it was in the door, but when we moved here to Taplow, we actually put it in this window. It's rather lovely, and it says the light that shines for you, which is what Silent Unity is, the light that shines for you. And you see the little dove there, the little light of the dove and the light of the sky above the dove. So we hope for that in 2024. We hold that hope, that vision for 2024. One of the earliest things that will happen this month will be the Burning Bowl service, and it's actually an extremely important service, I think it's fair to say, for Unity, not for us here in the UK, but also generally speaking, the Burning Bowl service is a very powerful service. Why? So I'll ask you that question. Why is it so important?
It's so important because it gives us an opportunity to recognise and release what hasn't been serving us in this previous year, or even now as we move into 2024, getting a real sense of releasing that which no longer serves us. And it takes some conscious effort to recognise what that is, because we have so many inbuilt beliefs, attitudes, responses we're not even aware of half the time. But giving ourselves time to just dwell on that and recognize that and release those qualities that are ready to be released. We go through the service expressing that on paper, putting it down, burning that, and really giving that back to God and to whence it came, so that we make space for the new energy that we are calling forth and recognizing and claiming as our energy in the new year. And that's what we do, two-part service, the letting go and then the claiming the new, with lots of songs and music and energy to really make it an uplifting and healing experience, really.
And it, of course, involves those of you who've perhaps seen recordings or come along to one of these services, as they used to be held in Maidenhead, will know that there is that wonderful moment when everyone goes out and literally burns all the things that they've written down about the year, and they just let it go through the burning. So there is actually a kind of a burning moment, which is rather lovely, I think.
It's very powerful.
And you can do it at home. I mean, within health and safety limits. You know, don't do it in your front room, but you can certainly write down and then burn what you've written. And that, when is that happening? When is the date?
It's the 21st, Sunday, the 21st of January, 3 o'clock on Zoom. And also we are going to be holding the service here at our Taplow building in our prayer room downstairs. So anyone that can come and be here in person and experience it in person, it is a different experience when we are together. Somehow the energy magnifies and grows. So we will be doing that here, and we will be holding space to burn that which is needing to be released. And you will know, you might get some thoughts ahead of time of what you want to release on that day. You might be spontaneous and just let the energy of the service invite you to know in that moment what wants to be released, so that we can really step forward with new faith. So yes, you're very, very welcome to join us online on our normal Zoom number and in our prayer room here at Taplow.
Great. The other thing that's happening in January is we are starting, as a sort of experiment, daily evening prayers, rather like the daily word service in the morning online, from 5 o'clock to 5:15. And that will begin when Advent ends, the Advent and Christmas evening prayer work ends on the 6th, and we begin our evening prayers on the 7th, and it will run through January into February and end just before Lent begins on the 13th, 14th of February. It's all on the website. I encourage anyone to join us. It's on the usual Zoom number. It's a very simple service, just 15 minutes of readings and silence. We'll see how it works and what people think of it and how many will want to be involved. And so we're just running it as a little trial. see what happens. So we're mentioning that and encourage you all to join us if you would like to do so.
Yes, and as always, of course, prayer is the heart of unity. That prayer, holding that energy of prayer and stillness, of reflection, of going back to God and centering in that God energy is the heart of our ministry here at Taplow. So all that we do to hold that energy and support others and be with others in that way is really important.
Okay, so we go back to those words, the light that shines for you, those words that are up there behind us. So just, that is our work here at Unity, essentially.
Yeah.
So we'll see you again soon, and we'll talk about Lent, of course, in our next little bulletin. We'll be focusing on Lent, but
Yes.
for now, bye-bye.
Thank you, Steve, and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Yes, that was okay. Yes.